What is going, everybody? Hope you're having a good weekend so far. I know I am. Jacob Rothenberg here, presenting to you for today best practices for keywords on children's books for Kindle self-publishing. Just to let you know, most of my success comes from what's considered to be children's books, and I've sold, at this point by now, thousands and thousands of children's books. So I feel like I'm a valid authority on this and that I have some good takeaways and a good overview to bring you on the topic of publishing for children's books. So not going to make this a super long presentation for you. Here's the info. We're going to just spit it right out. So immediately, let me tell you the advantages of publishing a children's book. Like, first and foremost, there's just awesome, great sales volume across most niches related to children's books. So, I mean, aside from fiction books that sell arguably better, they do sell better than nonfiction, with children's books, like, yes, that is now going through a thread between fiction and nonfiction, yes. But it's super lucrative. You have children, hey, parents will buy books just so that their kids can learn about different topics on just about, well, a lot of different topics, not just anything, but a lot. There's just so much potential. I mean, you could tap into, animals, health, real life things, just all over the place. Outer space, inner space, what's in the ocean, what's in the sky, like, there's just so many possibilities for success with children's books with keywords you choose. Also, there's relatively less overhead. So, you're not going to, most of the time, publish a 400-page book unless you're trying to be the next Harry Potter. You can get away with publishing a shorter length book. I myself, though I will give you a disclaimer, this is on the short side, I've been able to get away with spending like $120 on a 5,000, 6,000 word book and do literally, I'm doing the math in my head right now, literally 100 to 200x ROI on a $120 investment. So yes, you can get away with publishing a shorter book that's going to be less cost impactful to you, or you can just forego really hiring a ghostwriter for a whole lot of words and find an illustrator to just create a book that's mostly illustrated or that's fully illustrated, and you can put in your own captions, or if you choose to, hire a ghostwriter to do minimal text for your content. Like I said, parents are the ones who will be buying these books. They will line up to buy your book or books during holiday season, whether it's like the winter or Christmas holiday season or certain events or in certain other holidays. So to give you a very generic example, if we have Thanksgiving coming up and we have a lot of kindergartners, elementary school kids in general wanting to learn more about Thanksgiving, guess what, ladies and gents? Thanksgiving books for children are going to sell the best during Thanksgiving. So be a little bit creative. Don't just rely on United States holidays. Think of holidays that occur in Mexico and other countries. Like, just put a little bit of thought outside of the box and you'll find something that's lucrative. Last, this can't go without saying, you're helping kids learn how to read, and you're really going to be changing lives here with your product. So, I mean, I'm not an overly woo-woo guy, but come on, this is cool, right? You're making a difference for kids out there in the world. As I know it sounds a little cliche and generic, but I really mean this. Like, you're changing someone's life by helping them learn how to read. So keep that in mind as you're doing publishing. It's not just about the money, not all the time. Some minor disadvantages with publishing a children's book. This isn't always the case, but this is what I've typically found, is that typically you'll have lower royalties. Pricing tends to be lower for children's books than most niches. So you will encounter a lot of children's books that are competitive in price, meaning you'll have other publishers that are price pointed at $10 or below. And if you're not within a certain price point, if you're out of that circle, if you're too expensive, you're not going to get sales. Now, of course, you could experiment and see if that's true for your keyword or not. I encourage you to try. But in general, you're going to have to lock down a lower price, and thus you'll be receiving lower royalties. So really, volume is the name of the game with children's books. Also, compounding onto that is that you're going to have lower margins if publishing a book with full color illustration. So if you've got this really cool project, you've hired someone to do full color illustrations that are just like vivid and they can't be black and white, and in some cases they shouldn't be black and white, you are going to be boosting up the cost of production, which is okay. Just know that you'll either have to charge a slightly higher price or, again, rely on sales volume to make money with your book or series of books. Last, it can be difficult to find a good illustrator. I definitely would not recommend going on Fiverr to find an illustrator for your book. Get on Upwork, and I'll give you some ideas too on what to do. So, yeah, good illustrators can seem far and few in between if you're new to this whole self-publishing game. But if you take the time to find someone good on Upwork, you can continue to hire them on for future projects once you've just find that one good individual. Now, best practices for children's books. For consistent 5-star reviews, please put pictures in your book. Now, when I say this, I am the most guilty of publishing children's books without pictures. I've gotten away with it now for 3 or 4 books that have done extremely well. I've been given 1-star reviews for not having visual content in my books, and rightfully so. I mean, I knew it all along. So, whether that's laziness on my part or a lack of caring, maybe, but I, especially for one book, paid the price for not having illustrations, and I, rightfully so, had consistent 1-star reviews on one of my books. So I want you to avoid that. Even if it's not full color or full page images, try to have an effort in putting some pictures in. Whether you do that manually, whether you hire someone to do it, just try to put something in there so that kids have a visual reference for things, and they need to have that stimuli that attracts them in the form of illustrations, not just text words. Unless you're doing a novel for children, that's different. But if you're doing a shorter book that could use illustrations, better to have pictures than not have pictures. Okay, also, find a great illustrator on Upwork or other reliable freelancing sites. Just to keep things simple, go on Upwork, take the time to find someone's portfolio, see what they've created, see if they've done illustrations for children's books, have a good track record, and give it a go. So don't be cheap on finding the cheapest illustrator available. Find someone that provides quality so you can have a quality book. Now, also, try to find keywords. Try to find keywords that are not super saturated. Typo here. My apologies. That are not super saturated. So books on dinosaurs, especially since we have Jurassic Park that has come out as a recent movie. Dinosaurs, pandas, other common animal, cats and dogs. Unless you can find something that's somehow not competitive for those topics, try to avoid keywords that are super saturated with a lot of books competing, especially with bigger publishers like Scholastic involved. Try to find other animals, other topics that are not as well known, and get in that way. You'll still have great opportunity to make money while having a realistic chance of competing in the marketplace. Last, and this is something that you not necessarily can control, but you can emphasize in the creation of your book with the table of contents and instructing creative direction. Just make sure the written content is fun, engaging for children. Don't have kids have a bad experience with reading a boring book. Make it fun. Keep the vocabulary simple. Absolutely. You don't want to be confusing kids. You want an easy read that is fun and engaging for kids. So make sure you're on top of that. Now, I tried to make this presentation almost 10 minutes. It looks like I'll be going a little bit over. Always tends to happen. If you want more great info, I am the best info right now for Amazon self-publishing. So yes, there are others who touch upon lifestyle advice and online income business advice. Awesome. That is super, super good and useful to have. I encourage you to listen to it. If you want info specifically on self-publishing, you come to me and you got to join my course, okay? I am the one right now with it. I am someone who wakes up to making over $100 just upon waking up from Amazon publishing. So it's happening for me. It's happening for students in my course, and it's going to happen for you. What I promise you in the Elite Keyword Mastermind, my course, is that you'll learn how to find great keywords in minutes, sometimes even seconds. So if you've been on the struggle boat, taking months, well, not months, taking hours, weeks, hopefully not months, and finding great keywords. Although I do know people who stall from publishing for a couple months because they can't find keywords. Let me take that struggle away from you. Let me help you. I'll help you find great keywords in minutes with lessons taught in my course. Discover strategies on how to take over otherwise saturated niches. So I just gave you hints with my last slide here with children's books, okay? Finding something that's not as popular in the way of animals, in the way of topics. I have other approaches too, all covered in the course, okay? And the big one, I give you keywords to publish for every month. So rely on me. Take all this effort and time wasted and put that towards me in finding good keywords for you. Okay, so I'll be your research buddy for finding the best keywords every month to publish for. Just follow what I say. You're going to make money. I will make you money with the keywords I give you. Again, like I said, students are making money, and so am I. I'm publishing books for the keywords I give out. I'm not going to lie. It's too good to pass up. So let's be a part of that. Let's work together. Let's collaborate. And last, I didn't even mention this on my slide. Join my Facebook group too if you're in the mastermind. Like, you will get access to it. Great resource in which you can keep in touch with me one-on-one for advice you need on publishing, for keywords, anything you need on Amazon. I'm your guy. If you're interested, link is below. You can go ahead and click on it right below this video at elitekeywordmastermind.com. Sign up. Pay the subscription fee. You'll have immediate access to the course, and I'll get you linked up to my Facebook group upon request, or if you can find it, which is really easy to find. So, guys, I'm going to have more videos for you coming soon. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. See ya.